Have you ever wondered how some people seem to get rich almost by accident, while others work their whole lives and never get ahead? The difference often comes down to one simple force. Not luck, not intelligence, not even high-paying jobs. It's something you've probably heard about but never really felt in your bones. Compound interest. Albert Einstein supposedly called it the eighth wonder of the world. He said, "Those who understand it, earn it. Those who don't, pay it by the end of this video. You'll understand it in a way you can never forget." Welcome back to Finally Making Sense, the place where we explain money the way schools should have but didn't. If you want to finally take control of your financial life, subscribe now so you don't miss any of the strategies that can change your future. Let's start with the absolute basics. Imagine you have a single dollar. That dollar earns 10% interest in a year. At the end of the year, you now have $1.10. Not exciting, right? But watch what happens next. In year 2, you're not just earning interest on the dollar. You're earning it on the dollar plus the 10 cents. Now your $1.10 grows into $1.21. In year 3, it grows on $1.21. By year 10, that dollar has almost doubled. And by year 20, it's nearly tripled. It's like money making money, and then that money making even more money. Think of it like money having babies. The first dollar has kids, then those kids grow up and have kids of their own. At first, the family tree looks small, but given enough time, it explodes into a huge family reunion. That's how compounding works. So let's make it real. Suppose you invest $200 every month into something that grows, on average, 8% per year. That could be an index fund, a retirement account, or a simple brokerage account. After 10 years, you'd have around $36,000. That's good, but nothing life-changing. Now stick with it for 20 years, and suddenly you're at $118,000. At 30 years, that grows to $335,000. And by 40 years, you've crossed $850,000. That's the price of a nice house or a nearly stress-free retirement, built from nothing more than a couple $100 a month. Now, here's the part no one warns you about. Compound interest doesn't just work for you, it also works against you. Take a credit card. You borrow $5,000 at a 20% interest rate. If you only make the minimum payment, that balance can snowball into more than $12,000 over time. Why? Because the interest you don't pay off gets added to your balance, and then interest gets charged on top of the new, bigger balance. It's the same money baby process, except now it's creating a debt monster. So the question isn't whether compound interest is powerful, it's whether you're letting it fight for you or against you. Now, some of you are probably thinking, I don't have enough money to invest. I'll start later when I'm earning more. But that's the biggest mistake you can make. Time is the real superpower of compounding. Let me show you with two people, Alex and Jordan. Alex starts at age 25, investing $200 a month. After 10 years, Alex stops completely. Jordan, on the other hand, waits until age 35 to start. But Jordan invests faithfully, every single month, all the way until age 65. Who has more money at retirement? Shockingly, Alex, the one who invested for only 10 years, beats Jordan, who invested for 30 years straight. Why? Because Alex gave compounding more time. Time matters more than the amount of money you put in. So how do you actually put this into practice? First, you've got to get rid of high interest debt. If you're stuck with a credit card charging you 20% interest, you'll never outinvest that. Paying it off is like giving yourself a guaranteed 20% return. Once you're clear, open an investment account. If your employer offers a 401k with a match, start there. That's free money on top of compound growth. If not, look into an IRA or a simple brokerage account and stick with something like index funds. Don't let the fancy names intimidate you. The key is consistency. Here's where automation helps. If you have to remember to invest every month, you'll skip it. Life will get in the way. But if you set up an automatic transfer, your money grows in the background without you even thinking about it. That's when compound interest becomes unstoppable. But wait, you might say, isn't the stock market risky? What if I lose everything? It's true. The market goes up and down in the short term. That's normal. But over decades, the trend is overwhelmingly upward. The S&P 500, which tracks the biggest US companies, has averaged about 10% growth a year for nearly a century. If you zoom in on a year, it looks like a roller coaster. But zoom out to 30 or 40 years, and it's a mountain climbing steadily higher. The real risk isn't investing, it's waiting too long to start. Let's talk about goals. How much money do you actually need to live free? A common rule is the 25 times rule. If you spend $40,000 a year, you'd want about $1 million invested. That way, you can withdraw safely every year without running out of money. At first, that number might sound impossible, but remember, $200 a month over 40 years grows into $850,000. Double your contribution and you're right there. The hardest part is the beginning. Compound interest feels painfully slow in the early years. You put in money and the growth barely shows. That's why so many people give up too soon. But once you cross your first big milestone, your first $100,000, the growth starts to take off. Suddenly, your money is working harder than you are. That's when compounding feels like magic. So let me ask you, are you willing to be patient? Are you willing to start small now, even if it feels like it doesn't matter, so that in 20 or 30 years your money is exploding in value? Or are you going to wait and let debt pile up and spend your life working while compounding silently works against you? The math is the same either way. The only difference is your choice. Here's what you can do today. If you've got high interest debt, build a plan to pay it down fast. That's your first investment. If you're debt-free, open an account and put in something. $50, $100, $200. Whatever you can. Don't wait for later. Later never comes. The earlier you start, the bigger your snowball becomes. If this video helped you finally understand compound interest, hit that like button so more people can find it. Subscribe to Finally Making Sense for more money basics that schools should have taught us, and let me know in the comments. What's the first step you're going to take today to make compound interest work for you instead of against you? And before you go, check out my video 6 mindset shifts that separate the rich from everyone else. Remember, compound interest is always ticking. You can either let it build your wealth or let it bury you in debt. The choice is yours. Start now, stay consistent, and let time do the rest.